Welcome to my channel, shavers and shavettes. I hope you are all doing well. I have another first impression style video today of a new to me shave soap. Before we get into that though, the rest of the gear, using a West Coast Shaving branded silver tip lantern shaped brush. I bought it when they first came out and has been a fantastic bargain for the price. Razor, no surprise here, Gem Micromatic, and the star of the show, Machrie from Arron Aromatics. I believe that's how it's pronounced. But soap, from doing a little research, it's been around for a while, but just started very recently to be carried by Bull Goose Shaving, so I decided to pick one up. I do want to point out, I don't normally show packaging on new soaps in the videos, but I am very impressed with the minimalist, all cardboard packaging. Very simple, very clean. Not a lot of waste. That has always annoyed me more than anything else for many, many years before it became a thing to start reducing packaging. Strictly because I got sick of having to throw so much stuff out that I appreciate having minimal packaging. It didn't start to truly bother me as much as far as a big picture, just more than me being annoyed, until after my daughter was born. She's 5.5, and Christmas gifts, birthday gifts, all that stuff. Oh my gosh, what an absolute waste of resources, what an absolute waste of plastic. The majority of that stuff comes in. It's really not a cool thing. So, very appreciative of the packaging. The soap came in a resin bowl. It does look like a river rock, just the same as any random rock that I'd find around here. It is resin though. It feels like resin. It's not coarse textured or abrasive like a rock might be. I believe, I didn't see much detail on this, but the way they describe it, I think it's the type of resin that incorporates actual stone, if not just stone powder, but actual stone into the resin to give it that nice natural look. Looks amazing. Little tiny specks of black and white, some little translucent areas here and there. If you had to hide your soap in a rock garden, you could set it right next to your key and nobody would know the difference. The bowl itself, though, is extremely heavy. Not so heavy that you can't hold it, but I put it on the scale and compared it to a couple of other somewhat heavier packaged items. The Martin de Candry older glass jar and the newer plastic jar. So the Arran in the stone bowl comes in at 620 grams. That's about 1 1/3 pound. The older glass Martin de Candry is roughly 500 grams altogether, and then their newer plastic versions, 390 grams. So definitely a bulky, heavy bowl. The top, I'm going to throw in a still real quick just to remind you of the top. It is domed, and the dome goes a little off to the side. I don't know if an offset dome is a thing, but it looks like an offset dome. Where that's going to be a little obnoxious for me is it doesn't stack. You can't set the bowl on top of the lid. You can't set anything else on top of the bowl with the lid on. I have very limited space in the bathroom. I do tend to, as I use the soap, stack it on top of the lid whenever possible, just to save myself a little space. Can't do that with this one. I do have the office where I store the rest of my gear when it's not in use, but even then I need to stack in order to keep things organized. And this one is going to be a little obnoxious. Now, the company sells refills as well. You don't have to get the bowl. At the time of recording this, Bull Goose does not carry the refills, but I think I saw in one of the emails that it is something that's going to come in the future. So hopefully Bull Goose starts carrying the refills in the future. They do have another scent. I would very much like to try it, but it's definitely just going to be the refill for me moving forward. Now, getting into the performance of the soap, very high quality, very slick, very rich lather. It reminds me a lot of the Valobra soaps. They make the or made the Check and Speak Art of Shaving, and then of course their own Valobra line soap. Performance very, very much reminds me of one of their soaps, which means as far as a hard triple milled soap goes, it's going to be hard to top that quality. The scent in the Machrie is primarily floral to me. They call it sea salt and rock rose, sea salt and rock rose. The floral is dominant. I do get a little bit of the ambergris, very little that they list on their website. And then what they're calling a mineral or an ozone scent. It's a little metallic to me. I don't mind that, but it does start to give me a little of that chewing on foil sensation, the metallic scent coming through. So if that's something that bothers you, I would say, yeah, probably should avoid this soap. Maybe try their other scent, see if you like it, because as far as performance goes, I think you'll be very happy. I did check out the website to try to get a little more information to see, am I pronouncing Arran correct? Am I pronouncing Machrie correct? The website didn't have any additional details for me. In fact, I clicked on the little About Us link, and it just took me to a slightly different format of their sales page. So, yeah, all I can say to that is, yeah, you done messed up, Arron. I did find a whiskey review, of all things, from a company selling an Arron Machrie Scotch, I think it was. I'm probably still pronouncing it wrong, but that's the way it goes. That's the best I can do. Overall, I think the soap is a pretty good deal for what you get. I know the bowl is probably making up a pretty good % of that sales price. I'm really looking forward to the refills to see what kind of price that they come out with. Overall, though, amazing experience, performs well, leaves my face feeling very moisturized, not heavy, not like I've got a layer of oil on my face, but just very nice, clean, no dryness whatsoever at the end. And just kind of a little side note on that, I don't put too much concern if a soap dries my face or not. I've got plenty of products that will help take care of that. A soap that I shave with needs to perform well with shaving. If it dries me out, but still performs well shaving, then it's still a high quality soap. This one though, if you do look for that moisturizing feel, or at the very least a soap that does not dry your face, I think you should be very happy with this. I felt no need to even think about trying to put on any sort of a post-shave product to get the moisture back into my skin. And last thing that I do want to point out, you may have noticed that this video was recorded with the very first use of the soap. I have used it several times after this, and it does remain to be very predictable, very easy to lather. Lather doesn't have any issues fading away throughout the entire shave every single time. So very high quality soap. I think that's about all I wanted to say about the soap. If you're looking for something new, something a little different, there's a lot worse choices than this. Definitely a top end, high quality soap. With that, I do want to thank you as always for checking out the video, and I hope you have a great day.